Welcome, it is Basit Idea here. In this channel, I upload videos on how I created my designs with Canva using my smartphone and also how to use some tools in Canva. I also upload videos on how to use some tools in Canva that can make your designs professional and creative. Once again, welcome to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. You are welcome once again. In this video, I'll show you exactly how I created this weekend design. So, and most especially what I'll be showing you here in this design is that I'll show you how I use two apps to create this design. Oh yeah, let's go. So today I am using the Canva app. Ever before I've been using the website before, but today I will be using the app. So what you are going to do is to click on the plus icon as usual, click on custom size because I know the size I want to use, which is what 3000 by 3000. That is the size I'm using. Then I'll click on create new design. So it is going to pop up our design page for us. I'm coming. So the next thing for us to do is to create a background. Click on element, then I'll go and get the background from what is it called, I'll get it from recently used because I have the background I used. This is it here. I'm going to show you the name if you want to replicate this, in case you want to replicate the design. So this is the name of the background, relaxing at home. So once you see this image, you know it is the one. So I'll just drag it like this and let it fit here like this. So this is exactly what you are going to do. So the next thing for me to do is to click on element again and get this white gradient shape. So I'll just copy it. So let me quickly show you the name of the gradient. Go to info, then it is what transparent white gradient. You can see it, transparent white gradient. So the next thing I will do is to curve it. I can just go to position here, then go to advanced and click on this curve here, this rotate part here. This is the rotate part. I'll just change it to 180. So that is exactly what I'm just going to do. Change it to what? Minus 180. That is exactly what I'm going to do. You can see. So the next thing I'll do is to increase its size using this part here. I'll just increase its size, then place it here. Click on duplicate again. I use like 4 of this one here. Duplicate again, and yes, we have it ready now. So the next thing we are going to do, I'm coming. Yes, so I'm coming. Since our background is ready now, so the next thing for us to do, I'm coming before we move on. So for the background, I edited it a little bit. So I use fresco from the flitter. I use fresco. Then I went ahead to adjust, scroll till I get to brightness. For the brightness, I used 10, and for the contrast, I used 20. So that was exactly what I used. So the next thing for us to do now is to input our text. So, and you see the text I want to use here is a gradient text. So I want to make sure that there are 2 colors in that text. So how did I do it? So what I would do is to go to apps here. So once I click on apps, so instead of me going to my text tool to go and type in my text, because if I do that, I won't be able to create that gradient color in that text. So what I will do is to go to apps here in Canva. So this is apps here. So the next thing I will do is to click on the search icon and search for what? Type gradient. So once you want to replicate this, search for what? Type gradient. Just search for it. Type gradient. That is exactly what you should search for. It is going to pop it up for you. You can see this is the type gradient I'm talking about. This is it here already. So we are just going to click on it. So once we click on it, let us wait till it's loaded. It is loading it. So the next thing we are going to do is to scroll up and put in our text here, type in our text here. So I'm just going to click on this one and cancel it and type in my text, which is what? Happy weekend. Happy weekend. So that is my text. So the next thing I'm going to do is to change the font. I'll just click on this font here. Once I click on it, it is going to pop up all the font that is here for me. So you can see here. So I'll just search for the font I want to use. I want to use Poppin. So I'll just search for Poppin here. Poppins. So you can see this is Poppins here. So I'll just search for it. Click on the arrow there and use what? The bold popping. I think I used the bold one. Yes, I used the bold popping, then go back. So the next thing I'm going to do is to change my color. For this one, I used 3 color here in my own tool. So the 3 color here is the default color once you click on that type gradient. So the color I used, so let me click on the first one. I will just input it here. So it was C000. So that was the first color I used. No, 2C. It is 2C, yes. 2C00. That is the first color I used. So for the second one, I used what is it called? E and quadra 3. So 4 3. E and 3 3 3 3. 5 times, yes. The 3 should be 5, yes. 3 5 times. That is the second color. So you can just screenshot it in case you also want to replicate this design. So for the third color, I used what is it called? B44100. So that was the color I used for the third one. So that was the color I used. So the next thing I did was to click on this part and use the right alignment instead of the left alignment. So I'll just keep clicking on it. So once I'm clicking on it, it will be changing it here. So if I click on it now it has changed to the what? To the right alignment that I want. So the next thing I will do is to click on this add to design, and it is going to add it to my design. So you can see that we have it here now. So you see it will be like an image. So once you use Hub to get something into your design, that thing will be like an image that you get from element. So you can just edit it a little bit. So I want to use the exact size I use. So how do I do it? I'll go to position, then go to advanced here and use the exact size I used in the design, the first design I created. So for it I use 1449.7, and for the height I used 552.1. For the X I used 1250.3, and for the Y I used 269. So that was the exact size that I used for it. So I'll just do what? I'll just place it here like this. So that was exactly how I did it. So the next thing we are going to do now is to go to text here and get our element and type in relax something that is there. Relax and do what? And the PPR. So that was exactly what you're trying to create here. So I'll just reduce its size, do it like this, and make it just one line. Go to font and I'll use popping here too. I'll use popping medium here. I use popping medium. So for the size I used was what is it called? 69.2. For the font size I used 69.2. That was the size I used for it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I can just go to position here, go to advanced, and also place it where I placed it, that place, using this advanced in position here. So I'll just type in 109.4.4, then go to what is it called? Then go to X here. I'll just type in for the X. I use 1605.6, and for the Y I used 952.8. So that was exactly what I used, and it is going to be here itself without touching it, since I've copied the advance in that position, how I placed it there. So the next thing for me to do now, so I use black color here, yes. So the next thing is to go to element and go and get a shape. So you can just get your shape anywhere. This is shape here. So this was the shape I used. So what I'll just do is to go to position, go to advanced here, and do what? And input the size of the shape I used, 12128. And for the height I used 244. For the X I used 435.8, and for the Y I used 2578. So that was the exact size I used. So, and this is exactly where it is. It is going to place it. Once you input the correct size, it is going to place it here where it should be. So the next thing for us to do now is to input our text. Go to text again, click on add a heading, and input +234806126 9206. So that is our text here. So I'll just go to go to font, click on poppins, and I use the bold poppin. Yes, I use the bold poppin for the size of the for the contact. So, and the color I used was white. I used white. So I'll just go to position again, go to advanced, and use the exact size that I used. So you can just screenshot it in case you want to replicate this design. 1654.6, and okay, cannot input that one. 0.6 and 77 for the hex, 772.8, and for the y I used 2609.9. so that was the exact size that we used. So I'm coming to this is the exact size that we use. I'm just going to reduce its size. I'm going to reduce its size almost totally. So the for the font size, for the text size, I used 116 116. So that was the size I used for the text. So I'll just do what, input it here. So I'll go to spacing and increase its spacing a little bit, but not too much. Yes, I think it is okay like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go to app again and search for brand fetch. So I'll just go to app again and search for what, brand fetch, to get that WhatsApp icon that I used there. So once you get your app, just click on the search bar and search for brand fetch. Just search for it. It is going to pop it up for you. Let us wait a minute. It is going to pop it up for us now. So you can see it. This is the brand fetch I'm talking about. This is it here. You're just going to click on it. So once you click on it, it is going to pop up. You can see now it is going to pop it up for you. You can see this is it here. You're just going to search for WhatsApp here. Since I've already used it before, so it is going to be in my recent something. So I'm just going to click on the WhatsApp. So once I click on it, it is going to bring out a lot of shapes of WhatsApp for me, and WhatsApp is being used. So this was the one I used. This was it. So I'm just going to click on it. So, and it is going to load it in my design page. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go to position and go to advanced and use the exact size I used. So which is what, 180.2, and for the height I used, okay, it is also 180.2. For the X it was 572.6, and for the Y it was 269.9. so that was the exact size that we use, and just going to place it where we want it to be. So the next thing we're going to do is to click on it, go to more, click on select multiple, and click on this contact here. Then the next thing is to group the two together, go to position, go to align, and click on center. So it is going to place it at center for us, and I think with this we are done. But before we go, I think I will need to adjust this what is it called, yes, this image a little bit. I will need to adjust it a little bit, but not too much. This happy weekend something. Let me just go to position, go to advanced, and use the exact size that I used for it. I think it was 1449.7, and what is it called for the, no, it is not for that. So let us just leave it like that as it is here. So I think it is okay like this. I think we are done. So the next thing you just do is to click on what? Click on download icon and download your design. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and let me know what you learned in this video. Anyways, I am that designer that designs and makes money with Canva. Let me teach you how to do it. It is your Basit. Hi, JK.